everyone. We're starting soon. Thanks for attending. Give us a like. Make sure you comment just so everything works and so we can get the word out. We got some news to share with you, and Pi2Go services will be attending as well. So yeah, stay tuned. We're starting very shortly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Pi News Weekly Recap number 2, our second event, which is organized by Pi News Media, and I will be your host. My name is Cozy. My real name is Chris Cosmer. I'm a long-term pioneer, a long-term veteran moderator, and I'm here to discuss and bring you the latest Pi news, as well as introduce you Pi2Go Services, a travels app, and their team will be discussing their project with us today. So if you want to stay a little longer, you will not only learn the latest news, but you also learn a very cool upcoming project that's being built on Pi. So before we go, what is Pi News Weekly Recap? We're bringing you the latest news, and we bringing you cool Pi projects being built on Pi. And what is Pi News anyway? Well, first of all, Pi News right now is the leading media platform on Pi Network, and it is designed to analyze, track progress, and to build the Pi ecosystem and nurture the Pi community. And what we are trying to do as well is create a publishing app for pioneers, okay? And it's in the works, and one of the cool things that you will be able to do is basically tip people Pi for their content, and we want to create this new way of publishing which benefits pioneers, and we hope that you guys like what we create, and it will eventually come to life sooner or later. So with that being said, I just wanted to also say that, again, today's special guest is Pi2Go Services, which is a travel service that being built on Pi. And we've invited them, and they accepted our invitation to discuss their project. And they will be discussing the ins and outs of Pi2Go Services, because obviously we only know so little about it. So it will be very interesting to hear from them, and I can see that they even listened in. Just be aware that for the first 30 minutes, it will be about the Pi latest news and happenings, and then after that, the next 30 minutes, it will be about Pi2Go. Okay, so that's the schedule. After the first 60 minutes, we'll take questions surrounding the Pi, the Pi news and the Pi2Go app. Okay, so please, if you will have a question, you will have to wait. Please, if you will have a question, just remember to keep it topic relevant, either way to deal with Pi2Go or to do with the latest Pi news. And I also have a special guest who will be discussing a very important news, which you guys, I'm sure you will be very curious to find out later. So anyway, with that being said, let's start. So the latest happenings of the weeks, I want to start off with one of my own personal creation. Okay, basically, we created Area 314. Its door is open. It's a pioneer community that brings you discussions, AMAs, events, all the cool stuff that you can think of, and it's only just starting, ladies and gentlemen. If you wish to join, you can check in the comment section. I posted it, and you are free to join and be surrounded by like-minded pioneer individuals. Okay, and you will see that we even have a help desk for setting up nodes and answering questions. We have frequently asked questions. You can get direct answers there for your questions, as well as we have in-depth discussions, and like, we just hang out, chill there, discuss Pi. So if you'd like talking about Pi, if you have questions, if you want to be part of a great pioneer community, this is your chance. So next thing is, I may have mentioned this to you, not to you per se, but I attended a live Twitter space this week where I mentioned what I was up to. So basically what I was doing, and I think it's why it's important to share, is because I've actually been approached by a number of cryptocurrency Telegram groups, and basically they were asking for AMAs and just promotions for Pi Network, right? And I just wanted to share like what I learned and what I've done in a few minutes, basically. So essentially, we have countless numbers of Telegram groups with 10, 20, 30, hundreds of thousands of people who are active in there. So I thought, like, wouldn't it be great to do a little promotions there for Pi Network, get people involved and learn about the project, etc. So I paid from my own pocket for like 5 or 6 of these promotions, and they basically went in like a text AMA format. Text asked me anything, and then basically there was like 10 questions and I answered them, and usually there's like a summary, like a recap in like a blog post format, so if you missed it you can check it out. But why was I doing this? Well, basically, get this. If there was these groups, right, with all the people interested in crypto and all this, I thought that they should learn about Pi Network, okay? And they cannot invest in their tokens, but they are also not aware of this Pi mining thing, and they don't know about this opportunity. So by doing this, I got the word out. So in theory, it works. We have like 150,000 people and about Pi Network. Great. Now, reality is a bit different. The problem is, you see, most of these Telegram groups that I've been approached with is filled with bots, and they're just not real accounts. Like, they are real Telegram groups, but like 95% is just not real activity. It's just bots pretending there's conversations. There's like basically when I said 10 questions, after that there was this live segment of them, guys, and you should have seen it. Okay, it's like the guy says, all right, I'm gonna unmute the chat for 1 minute, and then the community will ask questions, and then you should have just seen the chat just go absolutely berserk. Everybody, just these bots just asking the like 15 same questions in different formats. And then that's when I realized that, yeah, this is kind of not how I envisioned it, and this it's not good, right? But in any case, why did I bring this up to you? Well, it would be cool for people to understand that if they have a large audience, they could potentially monetize their audience using Pi. Not only they will earn Pi, but they will also give passive Pi crypto income to their audience. And I'm a little bit early, I've got to be honest with you, because they don't want to do this because there's no financial incentive for them right now. But if everybody worked out their Pi had a value and it's worth it for them, they will be doing this in the future. Like, don't get me wrong, in the future, like, I can just see that basically a lot of influencers will be doing this. But anyway, I think I'm too early. So what I've learned is not to do these. I will only do these AMAs with proven cryptocurrency Telegram groups or organizations that are not bots, basically. And there's one that is called Whale Coin Talks, 250,000 followers, large Twitter account. That's actually in the works for like next week or the week following, so that will be interesting. Anyway, moving on. So we have this week actually a new development released by the Pi Core team. And this new development is basically Pi payments. And you're probably thinking, we already got Pi payments. Why is this different? Well, here's the thing, right? If you go on like a web shop that accepts Pi, you can pay with Pi, and they are able to accept Pi, right? However, until this moment, you were not able to get paid in Pi from these apps. Now, you actually can. What this actually allows is for developers to pay people in Pi, or to implement systems that reward people in Pi. And you can think of it as like, maybe there's like this dApp being built on the Pi blockchain that, if you do certain tasks for them, like it could be anything, but like, let's say, you visit a website, and if you visit the website, you get 0.001 Pi, right? And then if you do that, then you'll be rewarded Pi. Or you can imagine like a game, like a play to earn game, where you play the game, right, and then you complete a challenge or whatever, and you get rewarded in Pi. Until this moment, this wasn't possible because this feature wasn't implemented. So now you are actually able to get paid in Pi from these apps. So the developers are able to create more sophisticated systems so the users can get paid in Pi, not users paying in Pi for the app. It's the opposite way around. Okay. So this is one interesting news, and I think it's just an extra level of sophistication that will also create better, that will also allow better creations in the Pi ecosystem. Now, moving on. So before we get to one of the main subjects I want to talk to you about is this is like news, but it's kind of like a happening. Okay, it's not official news or anything. It's just what I've observed in this past week, and that is basically we are receiving now numerous suggestions from pioneers to open mainnet. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to understand one thing. Okay, open mainnet itself is not one thing. Okay, it's not about pressing a button and then suddenly the lights come and everything's solved. Our problem is gone. No, it's far more complicated than this. Okay, you can imagine that we are building a city. If we allowed open mainnet, it's like turning the electricity on. Just because there's electricity in a city, that doesn't mean it's going to be a great city for people to visit. It doesn't mean anything. Just because there's electricity in the city, so what? Every city has electricity, right? Yeah, it would be cool if we had electricity, but if we just turn the electricity on, that alone is not going to solve our problems. That alone not going to create a special city. That's not going to make people come to our city. That's not going to do much. The reality is this, ladies and gentlemen. In order for us to reach open mainnet, we need to meet certain criteria. We need to have the majority of the pioneer miners pass KYC. This is our user base we're talking about. It's not about you personally in your own little country. It's about a global multi-million user base worldwide that is waiting, okay? We need to do that or else it won't work. If you think that opening mainnet will solve the problem, it will solve the problem for you if you have KYC. It won't solve the problem. And it's complicated, much more complicated than this. If we allow people to come and visit our city when it's not ready, what do you think they're going to do in this city? It's not ready. It cannot be used as there's just nothing here, right? Why would they invest in this? Do you think they're going to just make sure it gets built up and help us? There's, 40,000 competitors who have a different vision to Pi. What makes you think that open mainnet will suddenly attract people to help us finish this? No. In order to create this, in order to get to open mainnet, we need to increase the activity and the use cases, aka the reasons for people to buy coin in this ecosystem. We need to ensure that we have our own ecosystem. We need to ensure that it's not just electricity. We need water. We need lots of, real shops, real services. We need different communities. We need, it's just imagine a network of networks. We have lots of networks, but they're not connected very well. So we just got to create those and make it happen. So with that being said, just take a deep breath and then just relax. Yes, mainnet is not here, but remember, every single day, if you're earning pad, you are being rewarded for your patience. When I started mining in 2019, okay, open mainnet, we knew it was miles away, right? But I got rewarded so much more than right now, and I've been rewarded. If I just said no, I just wait for open mainnet, I won't have a balance. Do you understand? So I wouldn't be able to do anything. I would have missed out. And if you're here mining now, you are being rewarded. Who do you think is gonna be forward? You, who's gonna have a balance that can be spent, or the person who said, "Yeah, I'm not buying Pi until open mainnet." When open mainnet starts, what's next? You're gonna be able to spend Pi for goods and services, and the person who said no and they missed out, they quit, they left, they went inactive. What do you think they will do? Their only option is, again, join Pi Network and start mining again, right? Start from scratch, zero, nada. Or they can buy Pi, which is essentially the supply that we've created, and they will buy our coins from us. Now, just understand that this ecosystem is a big thing to work towards. So it's not a matter of will the largest corporations just start using Pi straight away. No, we gotta start small, right? We need to test things. We need to connect real pioneers to be able to create on the Pi blockchain, and it's gonna start slow. If you want to buy a car for Pi, right, it's gonna happen a little bit later than, for example, buying some games, for example, or like some shoes or like a watch. You understand? It's just how it is, right? Like you can't simply accept that before this whole thing is live, popular, working as intended. You can't really think that you get a real estate right now for Pi. Okay, it's got to start small, and we'll work our way up. So that's something to consider. And anyway, and I look, just to give you my share on this whole thing, right? I wrote a large thread. Okay, I know it's like 10 minutes. That kind of explains that it's very complicated. And if you're a pioneer like me, you want this to work, right? Like, sure, but there are many organizations and there are many competitors who do not wish we succeed. They will do everything to make sure that we do not succeed. We're talking about governments, banks, other cryptocurrencies. They have the power, the influence, the money to negatively affect our progress. So, until we have a full, vibrant city that is functioning without any outside cities, helping us, or other investors trying to invest us, without that, we're in a bad situation because we are at their mercy to help us. And if they don't want to help us and they even have the chance to sabotage us, right, it's more risk, and they'll stop the progress. They'll do things that will not benefit us. So just 1 second. Okay. So I think I've said enough on this, but like, just realize that there's some really cool ideas actually from the communities, and the thing is that it's not as simple, right? Like I'm sure you understand that if you see somebody on Twitter raising their voice, they may have a great idea, but who do you think has a better idea? Somebody who's been building this for 4 years and is leading the project and has like 10 years of relevant skills that make this thing forward, or this random guy who's just blowing his idea on Twitter. Okay, we know Dr. Nicholas Kokalis and Dr. Cheng Fan has lots of relevant experience, and they are the leaders of the project. They have a much better oversight of everything. They know things that we don't, and we just have to kind of trust them, okay? And I don't agree with all their decisions. I'm sure you don't as well. But we just have to stick with it, okay? What they have got going, they have a plan, and they're gonna make this work for us, all right? So, and I'm just trying to accept a speaker. Just one moment. There's some technical difficulties. Sorry, I was just sorry. I was muted. I was just saying that I'm just trying to get a. I'm just trying to get a speaker approved, basically, to discuss the next news that's kind of like a big story. Okay, so just give us a few moments. Yeah, I do apologize. Just some technical difficulties. Just bear with us. Okay, we're still trying to figure this out. To be fair, we should have set this up when we started. But anyway, we're gonna get to the bottom of this, and I just ask for y'all just to bear with us for a couple of more moments. Okay, don't worry. So what's happening is he's actually showing me that he's attending the space, and he's even putting his hands up, and I can see that from his picture. But on my phone, I cannot see that he's putting his hands up. He's putting his hand up. So we're just gonna wait a little while, just so he figures this out. Maybe he's got to reconnect to the Twitter space, and then like. Because something's wrong on Twitter's end. I'm gonna DM Elon Musk just to report this issue, by the way, and then shill him on Pi. Hey Elon, are you earning Pi? Come on, come on. So, 1 second. All right. Well, it doesn't seem to be working. I've got to move on. Okay, I'm gonna introduce this topic, like what we're gonna discuss, and if somehow it magically fixes itself, then you know, we'll hear what Peter has to say about this. So anyway, this topic that I'm going to discuss is very interesting to me. What happened basically, so you understand, is I was browsing Twitter when a guy, a pioneer by the name of Nad Dios, actually pointed out to me an interesting finding. He saw that there is a domain name called AmazonPie.com. And before you jump to conclusions, just realize this is not a conspiracy theory by any means. Okay, it started off as a conspiracy theory, but I'm here to share you some findings. All right. So, what actually has happened is the Nat Theos pioneer wrote an article to say that AmazonPie.com was purchased by Amazon Technologies. And naturally, I didn't believe this. So I've done my own research, and I even posted on Twitter so other people can do their research as well. And the special guest called Peter actually done some research, and that's why I wanted to bring him up to discuss his findings, so you can hear from him personally as well, like what he found out about this. But because he's not here, I'm going to explain to you exactly what happened. So if you go on who.is and search AmazonPie.com, you will find that this domain was purchased by Amazon Technologies a few weeks before Pi officially launched in 2019. They actually used a service provider called Mark Monitor, which Mark Monitor is a service that companies use for different things. It's kind of like one of the things they use it for is domain management for legal reasons, right? Instead of like Jeff Bezos managing in his own office, the domain, they use companies and legal ways to protect everyone involved, and then that's why they use it. And what Peter has done to turn this conspiracy theory into a more detailed finding in a more like something with a more substance. He's actually done some research and he cross-checked it, and what that means is that basically he used the website. Now he showed me this on his screen on Discord. I was watching him do it in front of me, but I don't remember the website that does this, and that I'm kind of ashamed. But here's the thing, right? The same company that Amazon.com and PrimeVideo.com and many other domains is listed on is the same that AmazonPie.com is listed on. It's the same thing. And what we can actually see based on who's information and if you do some research yourself on AmazonPie.com, is that it is indeed actually Amazon Technologies who have purchased this domain back in 2019, right? And the crazy thing is that we don't want to believe this, right? Like, it's too good to be true. But please do your own research and try to disprove it. Peter actually called up their office, right? Which is in Nevada, their legal team. So they even transferred it to a lady, and she basically said, at this current moment, she's unable to comment on this matter. She didn't say, Peter, I have no idea what you're talking about. She didn't say, yeah, Amazon building about it. She literally, cannot comment or anything on this matter. So what does that mean? Well, it's a reaction. It's a reaction, a typical reaction by lawyers. But if this wasn't true, right? If this was just if it was a nothing burger, then she could have easily said that, yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about, whatever, do some research. I don't know. But there was something that she cannot comment on. She just legally cannot comment. She cannot disclose anything. So, is it Amazon that bought it? Like, what's going on? And you can do some research. Like, when is this AmazonPie.com being updated? It's being updated kind of frequently, and it's an inactive domain. It doesn't mean that it is not being worked. It just means that it's an inactive stage. Maybe we have people working on this website right now. We just cannot see it, and it's a shame, really. And you know, like, I would love to see it, but at the same time, I'm mining Pi. I have a lot of Pi. I'm a stakeholder in Pi. Of course, it would be great to see Amazon build on Pi. It's just that I don't personally think that's very likely. But if you do some research on AmazonPie.com and see the factual, if you like ask Google what is a registrant, it will tell you, right, that, you know, like, who is a legitimate and widely used protocol for querying databases that stores information about internet resources such as domain names and IP address. And the registrant part of it, okay, is actually like who registered it. Now, if it was somebody else, that not Amazon, right, then it would show a different business name. And not many people or businesses use like Mask Monitor, a paid service, an expensive service for managing details. So if it was just somebody who bought this before Pi launch, you know, like, yeah, that's a possibility. But then how is it possible that under this domain name, AmazonPie.com is listed, like, the registrant is Amazon Technologies, the exact same details that you will find under Amazon.com, under PrimeVideo.com, and other Amazon like businesses and domains. You can do your own research. So, with that being said, we're already a little late, and I want to end with this. Do your research, try to disprove it, try to cross-check it, you know, reach out to these, you know, let's get to the bottom of this. You can, you know, do your own part. But right now, how it stands, for me personally, for Peter, like, we're confident that this is not a coincidence. There's just, there was even a time when Nicholas dropped that, oh, who knows, maybe Amazon will use Pi one day. And naturally, we think, oh yeah, Nicholas is joking. But yeah, wouldn't it be funny if it was like, if it was true? Because like he kind of knows that they are interested. We'll see. All right, we'll see. We'll, you know, do your own research. Don't listen to me. I only brought you the news. This is public information on the internet. You cannot deny that Amazon.com is a registrant for AmazonPie.com. They actually bought this domain before Pi launched, a few weeks before that. So you can do your research, come to your conclusions. I'm not here to convince you to believe me or whatever. My job is not about that. So anyway, I actually see that Pi2Go Services is here and is now going to be a speaker, and we're going to listen what Pi2Go is all about. I'm just adding it now. So fantastic. I can see that Pi2Go is now a speaker and it should be working. So welcome, Pi2Go.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. I've joined the team. I really enjoyed the talk for the past 30 minutes. And also, I would like to talk about Pi2Go for this time now. Actually, Pi2Go.
Your voice is gone. Hello?
Pi2Go travel platform is a platform where travelers or tourists or anyone who wants to travel the world can pay with Pi to the services available, and then they'll be picked up during their travel, and then they use the activities on Pi2Go platform are fueled with Pi. So at the moment we have our social media section, we have travel section. On social media, as you said earlier, Cozy, you are talking about bots. Like Telegram, we have a lot of bots, and on Pi2Go platform, it's really no bots, no fake accounts, because we have real pioneers using the Pi2Go platform, the social media part. So on the social media platform, you can post your picture or the best place that you would like to travel, the best place that you want to travel in future, Pay with Pi. At the moment, you are collecting service providers across the world. If you peruse through the travel section, you can get to see some car rentals available. We have a motorbike available. We have some hotels. We have and other boats. So we really in contact. We have some service providers ready to accept Pi for their services. So indeed, it's not easy to come up with such idea and then let it work out. It's a dream to many, and as a Pi2Go team, actually we are using the dream for everyone, for any pioneer around the world, to actualize the dream and then use Pi as a mode of payment to their services. Pi2Go is a travel agency as well. We will have our own operations apart from the partnerships that we are having across the world. We are going to have Pi2Go as a company that is going to handle its own operations, where we are going to accept the Pi payments as well. And also, we are in collaborations with other service providers, vendors, who can post their car rentals, can post their bots, they can post or share any service that they are providing from their region. So we work within the domestic, the flights. Maybe if you get any flight that accept Pi, we call upon pioneers as well on hotels, homestays. Also, pioneers can link up. If you have a home and then you would like to let a pioneer use it for a night, then you can say that every month or every week I'll be giving my homestay to a pioneer. So it's us giving Pi a value. We can't wait for Amazon to come and then to do this. We are here as pioneers. We have to work on this. We have to be perfect on whatever we're doing, and also chip in some services that you can. If you have a book, if you have a phone that you would like to sell, if you're a business person, we have a section for marketplace where you can list your product there. A buyer will contact you via the platform. You can chat up and then discuss on how you can link up, and then the product will be sent to you. And also on the social media part, we are working on some other stuffs like translation. As at now, we only have some few languages that are available, but next week we are very sure that we are going to have our platform translated to more than 90 languages. Also, we have some updates. We have created our game API where pioneers or developers, pioneer developers can link up with us with their games. The games can be played on our platform. You can link with our API and then enjoy our services there. We've also worked on some referral system. You can refer a pioneer where he is or she is. She can join the Pi2Go platform. Then you get an award of some Pi. So joining on Pi2Go, you can refer pioneer, get some Pi, and then also that's the way on how we're going to value the Pi that we are holding. Then value the platform, value the utility, value everything that we are doing. We don't have to wait for the other people to come in. As a hackathon winner, Pi2Go, I will say that we don't have to wait to for other people to come in to push us to work. We just have to work. We have to sacrifice. We have to give it the best. We don't have to wait for anyone or wait for Dr. Nicholas or Dr. Chan to do anything. It's us. We are here as pioneers, and then we have the motivation of mining on every day after 24 hours, we have to mine. We have referred a lot of pioneers, a lot of friends, closer family members that have joined the Pi network community. So we have to show that and really we understand the platform, and really that we understand the Pi technology, and we understand that a lot of people are against the success of Pi, as Kosi said earlier. So we don't have to wait for one single person, one single team to work on with us. We have to work on ourselves and then improve this ecosystem and then boost this ecosystem. And that can only come with the contribution of pioneers. I can't do this alone. That's why we have our team here. As I can speak, I've seen our members here. We have our marketing manager, Roots 2025. We have Pi Cameroon, who is our moderator, and we have Mohammed. So actually, our team is dedicated, and they understand that at the moment we are not aiming on Open Mainnet. Open Mainnet aims on us as Pi2Go team. We have to work on the Open Mainnet. We don't have to wait on Pi network. We have to ensure that services are ready in the engrossed mainnet, and then services will be utilized on Open Mainnet when the project or when the pioneers have already understood the use of the platform. Yeah, thank you, man.
Great. Thanks so much for the detailed explanation. Like it really got me thinking actually that just how much is possible right now, even with just one dApp, right? Because let's face it, you actually are a winner of a Pi hackathon previously, and it's not coming from somebody who just wants the best for Pi. It's coming from somebody, a team, a group, an organization that's building day and night to make this become a reality. So, and to see that you've said so many use cases, like travels alone, great use case. I see that it's kind of like a business model that, for example, like Airbnb uses, give a room to stay or your house to rent out, etc. And you even said, products, you are even said that you are working with different vendors and travel providers. And like guys, like that, this is crazy, because how I see it, right, is that we are the hard part. It's like we don't have a value for Pi, but even as Pi2Go says, we have to make sure that we work. Okay, that we have to create these systems. We cannot wait for the sunshine to come up and everything get resolved, because if we all just done that, if we all just waited, and if we all just didn't take action, nothing would happen. But yeah, look, Pi2Go says, tell me, can you please tell me and the listeners just the little situation, like how is it building on the Pi blockchain? What is your findings? What are you guys seeing?